Hey everybody, I just wanted to get in here before the review starts up that if you are new to the channel, welcome to the channel, and I am doing another giveaway, but this one's actually going to be a big one because I'm going to try to get rid of a few of these games, so I'm going to give out 3 games for at least this episode, and I think I'm going to announce the winners probably Sunday or Monday, so it's going to give you about 4 or 5 days. I may push it back to Wednesday depending on how many people are going to be commenting, um, but, so I'm going to give away 3 games, yeah. So let's actually go through the games real quick. I'm going to do a first, second, and third place. But for third place, we're actually going to do Kingdom Two Crowns. If you've never actually played Kingdom Two Crowns or even heard of Kingdom Two Crowns, I love this game. This is such a fun one. It's the newest game from the Two Crowns or the Kingdom series. It's just a simple 2D adventure survival game where you basically just build up your kingdom and survive from these little monsters called the Greed. The good thing actually about this one is it can be played with friends, and to be honest, it's fun solo or co-op. So this is always a good game. You can always get lost in playing hours of it. Second place winner is actually going to get Darkwood. Now, Darkwood is a new perspective on survival horror. Scavenge and explore a rich, ever-changing free roam world by day, then hunker down in your hideout and pray for the morning light. Now, this game, if I'm, you know what, I'm 100% sure everybody's heard of this one. Darkwood is a big survival game. People love it, and they can't get enough of it. And there's still many, many people playing it to this day. And for the grand prize is a AAA game, Control. Now, I am sure everybody again has heard of Control. With over 80 awards, Control is a visually stunning third-person action adventure that just keeps you on your edge of your seat with these weird, just what are they? Psychokinesis style combat. So if you do want to win these, just make sure you're subscribed and you comment down below. And I think we're going to do the comments because it's going to help me figure out what my audience is wanting. Comment down below what your, I guess what your favorite genre of game is, whether it be turn-based, action adventure, RPG, JRPG, anything like that, just so I know exactly what the community is looking for and the style of reviews and games, because I'm really just going on what I can find right now. But if I can find specifics for you guys, it'll make it easier for me and kind of gives you guys things that you're interested in. So yeah, that's it. So thank you guys. Just make sure you're subscribed, and like the video if you liked it, but let's jump into the review.
The brutality of war spares none. And perhaps the survivors suffer the biggest consequences.
What's up, everybody? And today we are going to the 17th century with Black Legends from the developers at Warcave. Play as a mercenary who has been given the chance of redemption from the Crown. The city of Grant, blanketed in a deadly fog, plunged into chaos with various groups running the town. The Crown sends you to the city to liberate and return this once vibrant city back to the flag of its previous ruler. A task that seems like a death sentence, but a chance to escape the gallows nonetheless. Along your journey, you will talk with the inhabitants and learn the fears and hopes of the civilians, and learn the sad fate of the leaders of this crumbling city. Black Legends is a turn-based strategy game with a few twists to the mechanics, one being the roles your team can choose, from mercenaries to captains or rogues to plague-bringers, all with their own unique special abilities and weapons and armor limitations. The big factor is the way that you unlock these special abilities on each role and can be used when you change the character's role, so it's encouraging you to try different roles and find a good combination. I was hellbent on having every character be the Plaguebringer till they unlocked the ability Panacea, which was a great healing ability that could be used on that character and others. This multi-role development system is a great way to give a lot of freedom on how each playthrough could be ran. If they just honestly kept the roles locked and you could only select one of these, this would have been a far blander feature, and in my opinion, was the smart choice. Now for the combat portion, we need to take a small 17th century medical lesson. The 4 humors. Now, some fans of medical history may already know this, but it used to be believed that the body held 4 different humors that once in balance, you were healthy, and if you were sick, one of the humors were out of balance and needed to be fixed. The humors were given colors: yellow bile, red blood, black bile, and white for phlegm. Your special attacks apply imbalances to the humors indicated in the attacks icon. Each color can be stacked 3 times, and if you imbalance correctly, like 1 black and 1 white humor, you can catalyze them to deal heavy damage to the enemies. Now this strategy is what you'll need, and you'll need to become proficient in it because this is the best way to quickly end fights and prevent your team from taking much damage. This is also the biggest reason for you to keep switching classes with your team to have a more wide variety of specials to cover all humors. It's a wild concept, but makes the combat a lot more intuitive and strategy heavy other than just swapping blows till one dies. When not in combat, you can travel around the town and talk to the locals, pick up new recruits, and find item cultist box scattered around. Now the cultist box can provide you with helpful items and store new roles for you. You need to keep a sharp eye out because these boxes can be missed and blend into the environment. Best advice, keep an eye out for little nooks and check corners to find the boxes. The recruits you can find in the cities are easily acquired. Just talk to them and agree for them to join you. You can only take 4 people in a squad, and to be honest, once I had my squad built up, I just sent the new recruits to the barracks and never bothered pulling them out because I had already set my team up. But this was on normal difficulty. You can select from easy with high EXP gains, full health recovery, and really is more for people who are just here for the story, then normal and hard difficulty that get progressively harsher penalties, like fewer EXP gains, no auto health recovery, and permadeath of teammates to feel the true brutality of this city.
The sound of knocking. Now there's something this old-timer hasn't heard for a while. Nobody visits the shipyard without a good reason. Anyone here only wishes to leave.
Black Legends graphically is on the mid-range when it comes to details. I played a pre-release copy of the game, and small things could be changed upon release, but looking at the design and character models, they're not going to be your high-fidelity, high-detailed characters. But this is fine due to the camera angle and distance you'll most likely have it at. I will say, bosses and your teammates' armor and weapons, on the other hand, are the exception, with beautiful sets of armor and clothing, with various tiers adding more to the outfit, and weapons with unique designs and patterns. The bosses feel unique and are highly stylized that fit the background of what happened to them. It's not the most beautiful game, with a color scheme of gray and most normal enemies that you'll fight all looking generic and not much variety to the group. But the landscape has a wonderful storytelling throughout. One section, you're sent to the church district to investigate kind of what happened to the scouts and find out cultists are not the culprits of this disappearance. With large barricades set up with cannons pointed towards them, it paints this picture of dread and fear. Knowing what has conspired here was gruesome, and the fear these men had to have felt must have been immeasurable. You can find sections like this all across the town if you keep your eyes open, but like all things in this game, it blends into the city and can be missed very easily. Music in this game is what you would expect from looking at the visuals. Dark and foreboding music while exploring, and only picking up slightly when in combat, almost giving you the feeling that whether in combat or exploring the town, you're never truly safe or at ease. Sound effects and voiceovers are crisp and have a good punch to them.
Only walk the white? How very curious. How very curious indeed.
The combat sound effects are repeatedly used, but at least while I was playing, this was never annoying, nor did I find any sounds that drove me crazy along the playthrough. Overall, Black Legends is an interesting, fun, and sometimes difficult turn-based game. I love the story setup and the backstory to the town, its people, and the bosses in the game. The combat felt familiar, but with enough unique mechanics to make it stand out from the crowd. I think if you're in the hunt for a fun turn-based game with somewhat Souls-like look and feel to the environment, honestly, you shouldn't look anywhere else. I haven't beat the game, but with 9.5 hours and many side quests left to do and however many more bosses I need to slay, there's still a lot of game here. And a rerun of this game with permadeath is in my future to test the full punishment of this game and to push my strategy to the limits. So if you're interested in the game, link for it's going to be down in the description, as well as a link to the Discord if you want to come chat. Don't forget to leave a like, it helps us out with the algorithm, as well as commenting. Let me know if you actually played this game and how you feel about it. I always love to see how others feel about the games that I review. And subscribe if you haven't already. If you've watched to this point, you must like what you see and want more, right? So hit that button and hit the bell, that way you stay up to date with all the new indie games. But like always guys, I'll see you in the next video, and have fun.